Okay. All right. Hi, guys. Hey, box of paint. Hi. Was whisking my tea. Ooh. Are you making yourself a fancy tea? I need a pen. I have these, but they're not super good. Also, I'm having sort of a déjà vu feeling that I feel like I've been through this palette and tried out all the mixes, but I can't remember in which sketchbook. Oh, I think I remember. I just don't know where it is, though. I think it's that one. Hopefully I won't fall and hurt myself trying to get a book. From a really unfortunate area. Sorry. Hi, Lindsay. Banana flavored matcha latte. I'm sorry, what? That sounds amazing. Oh yes, I've been through this set and did some mixes. I think I tried all the combination I could. I think. Damn, I've been I've been meaning to do this review for a really long time, I guess. Oddly enough, I don't think I mixed yellow and purple, which is really nice. This is looking good. Oh, and I did it. Just didn't look as good in this Etcher sketchbook for some reason. That's odd. Okay, whatever. That might be in the stars today. I was earlier on a serious detective spree trying to figure out where I took notes on my last binder mix. I remember what the pages look like around the edge. Around the page I needed, but yeah, I get that often too. Like, I will remember what the page looks like, but having a harder time figuring out in which book it is. It's like, I will know, like, oh yeah, this was in the beginning of the book, and it was a larger book, and it was landscape format, but then I kind of can't bring to mind which one it was exactly. All right. This is a Roman Schmal palette, like this, the first small one that they came up with. And it's an interesting selection of colors. I'm not super fond of the earth tones in it, especially these two, just because I find them quite weak and hard to re-wet. In general, I kind of prefer paints that have a stronger tinting strength, because that's something that is super easy to knock back. So if a color is weak to begin with, you have a lot less options. And I'm using a Hahnemühle sketchbook. I'm in paint making mode again and made some PY 100 with Alex and Dan's suggestions. Which one is PY 100? Then went to make next color and got stuck on cobalt violet light. Ooh. I love the cobalt colors. I wish I could just dump on you all my pigment stash, or most of it anyway, because I don't think I will be making paints anytime soon, and it's taking up a lot of space, and I just don't know how to deal with it. And light says per tinting in the bio. I'm not sure I can do. Well, yeah, cobalt violet are always weak colors. They're beautiful. Like, the granulation is really the main thing here, but yeah, they're not very strong. I'm sorry. The POI 100 is tartrazine lake. A super bright warm. Isn't that one found in food? Hey Otto! Hello, how are you? I'm pretty sure I found an A number when I looked it up ages ago. What does that mean? What's an E number? I remember joking to myself that my bestie couldn't eat my pain because she's... Oh no! I've been feeling completely overwhelmed by my paint stash, and I did the thing where I go through a pile of it and set aside like stuff that I'm barely touching, and I put it like at the far end of the apartment, and I check how long I go without reaching for that stuff, basically. I'm swatching Roman Schmal, this tiny palette, not tiny, it's a regular 12 color palette. So I'm really, I don't know, I love these colors, but whenever I open this palette to paint, it just kind of stumps me. So I'm playing with some mixes to find mixes that I really like, so that I'm more tempted to paint with them. Does that make sense? Oops, schnut. I hope you're all warm. Oh, is it cold over there? Sorry. Apartment is nice and warm, but it's quite cold outside. We know where every crack in the house is tonight. It was all kinds of spring last week and was -1 last night. Well, it's cold by British standard. Okay. Now, I'm always... That's why I'm asking, because I know that what you guys... Well, what anyone else that doesn't live where I live is associating with cold weather. Like, I don't know exactly what it is. So that's why I'm asking every time, because I know what is cold for Quebec, but I don't know what is considered cold for the UK. No, yeah, I'm not working with absolutes. I'm checking how cold it is here. Out of curiosity. Oh, okay. It says it feels like -14, which is not too bad for here. For real, Otto? Really? Did they have like a really thick accent? Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Two people from Quebec, of all places. Wyoming was super cold and dry, but we would get minus 20. Oh, that's freaking cold. Chicago was also super cold, but would get minus 20s and up. But it was, yeah, the humidity is always the issue, whether it's hot or cold. It says minus 14, which is not too bad here. Well, I mean, we were talking about like how the cold is relative. For us, minus 14 is not too bad. Yes, but totally different accent from yours, even though one lives just outside Montreal. French, but totally different. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder where they were, because like Montreal is a big hodgepodge of people from all over, so they might be in Quebec, but they might originally be from like a different country. What happens at the craft club, basically? I'm curious. It was fun, but also exhausting because of my crippling social anxiety. Yeah. One of my besties and I are trying to start a pigeon stitch. What's supposed to happen there? We all just show up at this cafe with our crafts. Oh, okay, so various craft, like whatever you have working, whatever you have going on at the time. So it's a hodgepodge of different. That sounds amazing. And it's in a cafe, so you can at least get some support in the form of a snack or a good mug of hot drinks. That sounds fun. Hey, Kevin! It's so nice to see you. It's been a while in the chat. Well, it's been a while since I've been able to do a proper live stream too, so I guess that doesn't help, really. About 70% are knitters, but we also get crochet, embroidery, sewing, drawing, collage, what? To try people to. That sounds amazing! I can understand it sounds like a nice night out, and I would be fine being rude and doing myself in a project. Sounds amazing. Yeah, like demanding, but also fun. We're doing crafts and having a source for a little Jimonism. It's helpful sometimes to get mad at nothing or like really trivial stuff just for no reason. hold purses? What? What are you talking about? Socializing while crafting is actually nice. I find holding eye contact hard when you have your knitting toe. Oh, definitely. You can legit talk to someone. Yeah, you have a good... It's a bit like when the COVID measures would be like, oh, if you are outside and there's someone coming the other way on the sidewalk, you should do well to keep like a certain distance with the person. It's like, oh no, oh, how terrible. I have a good reason to dodge people. I tried making a sketchbook with Coptic stitch and my neighbors probably thought we were hosting. Oh no, it went that bad. Sorry. Eye contact was so important to my mean grandmother. And I'm one of those people that stares into your soul if I make eye contact for too long. But she did. Oh, eye contact is so hard. I find it super distracting. Like I will lose my train of thought or stop paying attention to what the person is saying if I sort of look into their eyes directly for too long. I much rather look at people's lips when I'm talking to them. I think looking at people up. It is. It's overwhelming too. When I was a developer, it was good for being able to talk to people. Or yes, though at the same time, you kind of have always like this presence of someone over your shoulder can be really hardcore. Oops. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Technical issues. Okay.
Well, they had no choice but to ally and do war with the Nazis for multiple years. Um,
Okay, hold on. Alright, sorry. I had to I had to redo the setup of the Discord thingy when for some reason Otto's YouTube decides to stop cooperating. I hope it's fine this way. The only thing that's a bit harder is that I can't exactly see. Yeah, that hasn't happened in a while. I wonder why. I'll check. I'll have my phone nearby just to. All right. All right. Where were we? Gremlins are out tonight. Turn in purple makes a nice bear. Yeah, it's interesting. I kind of can't get the purple to do something as, you know, drastically separating as the first mix, though. I don't know why. Maybe it just didn't use enough water in there. I'm gonna try the red and purple again. Just try to have a bit more water in there. I've been in a mini creative block, so took the opportunity to paint my last sketchbook and using my 65 well mystery palette from the My color palette is winter and I need outfits in all the colors you're... What do you mean your color palette is winter? Yeah, I don't know why Otto's YouTube is so temperamental. There are so many colors, but still missing a few of my everyday colors. And it's been good to stretch the gray matter, but damn, I miss Queen Magenta and Queen Purple from Schminke. I need water. So you know people have seasonal colors like winter, spring, summer and autumn depending on colors of air. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing. Otto, are you adding colors into your charcoal and black wardrobe? And pink. Oh, this mix is turning out so much more interesting than this one. It's the same colors, but I added a lot more water in this one. Oh yeah, look at personal color palettes. No. So it's an hypothetical wardrobe, right? I bought one of those metal tins with the welded in slots. I thought it was going to be small and it's ginormous, but happily just filled it with any and all colors I had at the time. There are still 2 colors that I cannot identify in there. That's hilarious. Oh my god, that stupid yellow ochre is so weak. I don't understand when palettes are unbalanced like that. Like, so many colors in this palette are super strong and have like a remarkable tinting strength, and it makes mixing so difficult because you try to mix 2 colors together and you have to like pile in such a huge amount of one color and such a minuscule amount of the other one that it's kind of difficult to manage. I hate that. Oh, I did but some copper orange yarn to make a sweater. I haven't started it yet, though I can easily foresee me never starting. But I did buy, okay. But I have the yarn. You had made a couple of sweaters. Are you wearing those? I think one was like a dark red brown color, maybe. I have the most awesome orangey ochre, and I think the very last of the original Queen Gold. I didn't know not to waste. Oh no. But none of my swatch cards match the 2 colors. Oh, that's interesting. Could they be like custom mixes that you'd forgotten about? Yeah, I'm wearing one of them. It's basically black with specks of subtle colors. That still works. That's fine. I'm wearing all sorts of colors. meant to put this, not the Christmas tree. Well, the Christmas tree is kind of fitting in a way. If the Christmas tree was like black and all the little decorations were the specks of color. I don't know. Yes, if you had to put an emoji for that yarn, I'd pick the Christmas tree. It's called grouse. So like dark green with specks of brown, red, bright green. Oh, that sounds beautiful. That was my logic with the tree. Black instead of green and bubbles of color. It is very good logic with the tree. The yarn was a limited edition color, so of course I had to go totally nuts with it and buy a ridiculous amount of the yarn. Am I the only one who does that? No, not at all. Absolutely not. I hear limited edition and I have to buy an ungodly amount, way more than any human could ever possibly use. I tend to do very similar. Case in point, okay, this is really silly, but there's a limited edition mini wheats flavor that is strawberries, and I might have bought like 3 boxes. They make for such a great snack, and the like fake strawberry flavor is so much fun. Hey Dominic, hi! These weekend thing paints make me feel like palettes should just double up on certain colors instead of having variety. I just wish they would make like palettes of all strong colors, you know? There's so many earth tones to choose from. I'm pretty sure you can find some stronger ones than the ones in this palette. Like, there's definitely a yellow ochre that is more strong than this one. I mean, Holbein has one, so I'm pretty sure the pigment exists, right? If I wasn't allergic to wool, and despite failing at all yarn crafts, I would have a closet full if I could. Oh man. I struggle at wearing it too because it gets itchy. I try to wear cotton mostly, if possible. Oh yeah, going into a yarn shop is so everything looks so beautiful. Like I'd way prefer more ultramarine than more variety, especially when I barely use up high tinting paints and ultramarine gets used. Well, it depends on the ultramarine. Some ultramarines are pretty high tint in strength. So maybe they just need a better ultramarine in there. No, I mean, I love wool. I just can't really wear it as much because it gets itchy. But I love wool. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's just looking at it is fun. But if it's like on my skin, it's more difficult. I totally get it. I can't wear wool directly on my skin. Yeah, I have to wear like a layer underneath if I have something wool. Which is tricky because usually like sweaters are long sleeved. But I don't know if you guys have experienced wearing 2 layers of long sleeves. It's really weird when you try to hike up your sleeves. Can you imagine when they made like wool bathing suits? PG51 is a super low tintin, but it's the closest to malachite that doesn't rust. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you don't expect malachite to be high tinting strength. Like a full palette of low tinting strength is great, and a full palette of high tinting strength is great. What bothers me is when they mix the two, because you kind of have to fight with certain paints. You always end up fighting because it's either trying to dose a very minute amount of a high tinting color in a mix, or like always having to add more of a weak tint and strength paint in the mix. It's just annoying. They used to. People totally wore knitted swimsuit. I know! I can't imagine. Like, it would probably get so heavy and saggy. Like, how do you factor in the sagginess of wet wool in a bathing suit? And I go through pants super fast, but it makes such nice mixes and granulation. The granulation is hard to stain. Ooh. Yeah, that's maybe you can buy something wool, but it has a lining. Yeah, you can like coats. Wool coats have a lining, but it's just the difficulty of I get kind of itchy with acrylic too. So it's about dosing. It really depends. And you have some wools, like merino wool is usually less itchy than just sheep wool. Like the basic one, I guess. I was about 5 or 6. My mom was going on a big interview and trying on suits. I give her a big hug in my... It's less now, but I still won't push it. Oh no. Can I just hide the word sagginess at our years up there with the world moist? So wool is actually quite good at keeping its shape, certainly compared to other animal fibers like alpaca. Oh really? It doesn't stretch out too much? Well, I hope so, because I mean, if they use that to make bathing suits... Maybe they didn't use wool, but... Oh... Aww. Oh, what a sweet, sweet sheep. Who doesn't love Shaun the Sheep? I don't think I've seen Shaun the Sheep. I used to have a Shaun the Sheep bag. I loved that bag. Oh, so you have a thing with wool from a long time ago. Last accidental test was a few years ago, and hubby bought me a beautiful button-down sweater. Throw it on and went all pink and puffy. Oh no! But I can absolutely pet sheep because the lanolin keeps me safe. Seriously? Oh, that's interesting. So if the wool had all of its lanolin in it, you'd be fine? The Shaun the Sheep scarf. I get so many strange looks, but I love it, so screw everyone else. Yeah, that's what. We want to see the scarf. I've seen Shaun of the Dead, that one I've seen, but not Shaun the Sheep. Phthalo blue is so hard to use. What are you supposed to use this color with? Or for, you know. If we need to circle back to how you have never seen... No, I've seen some Wallace and Gromit movies. It's some long time ago, yeah, but I'm pretty sure I've seen at least one or two of them. Petting sheep isn't the nicest experience. Your hand comes away feeling like you've been making candles for 6 months with no breaks. But I'm pretty sure your skin is super soft after that, right? Hey, Okudi! Hello! Phthalo blue for mixing nothing anywhere is phthalo blue. Yeah, definitely. But like, I never know what to mix it with. Like, when I think of a mix of color, I don't often go for that one. Unless I'm painting, perhaps, blue sky. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I would mix phthalo blue with something for blue skies, but... In Blackpool, they had a mini Aardman part of the Pleasure Beach, and I got the penguin chicken statue that's about a meter. But although that's Wallace's one trousers, so that's pretty cool. No, I've not seen Shaun. These from Wallace and Gromit. I don't think I've seen it, or if I have, it's been so long. It's been like 15, 20 years, so I don't remember. Mix with pinks. Yeah, that's gonna make purple, but I don't use purple that much. Well, I use it for shadows. They are good films to watch when you're feeling blue. They could have at least put a phthalo blue green shade rather than the red shade. I agree. I don't know which one is in this set though. I don't think the camera does does a good render. I think it's a green shade in this set. Might just not be visible on camera because the ultramarine blue is definitely more purple and this one is less purple, so I'm thinking maybe it's the maybe, but it's only like labeled by number. So hold on. Oh, I don't have it. Where is it? There it is. I need to watch Lightyear again. Again. Oh no, it's still a blue red shade. Why? Why? Why the red shade and then ultramarine next to it? That's so silly. That's stupid. Roman Schmal, what are you doing? Like, the reds are already not mind-blowing. And then the blues. And then these weak colors. I need to look into... Perhaps I've been waiting, holding on doing this review for so long. Because this way I might be able to take a look at what Roman Schmal offers as half pans. And suggest, like, switcheroos. I like the yellow, I like the purple, the greens, the Caput Mortem is nice. The Burnt Umber is not too terrible. But I'm not super impressed by the reds, blues, and these two. Yellow blue uniform so you don't smite you. That would be clever. Oh, it's so cute. Why would people give you odd looks for that? Those people need you know, need to find other priorities. I have a little 24 travel palette that came with Cobalt Blue, Ultramarine Blue, Deep Blue, and the 3 Impression Blue. Who made that palette? That sounds great. You win the cutest scarf award, definitely. And it looks really warm too, like that looks cozy. It's so sweet. I love the face. The scarf is so fuzzy and warm. It looks in excellent shape too. Alright, I'm out of space on this page. What am I supposed to do now? I'm thinking. It's called Meritini and looks sort of like an eyeshadow palette. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, maybe if I... There you go. Ta-da! when you suddenly realize your posture was not great. Oy, 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 oy. As self-conscious as I can sometimes be, if it's cute, I could give to what everyone else thinks. Oh, it's weird, like how we can get super self-conscious about specific things, but other things will not be an issue whatsoever. I find it weird sometimes when I realize like a split like that in something that I feel self-conscious about, but then I realize that there's another thing that feels like I should possibly be self-conscious about, and I'm not. I'm just like... Also, getting older will shift that ratio towards not giving a poop. Like, the older you get, the less bothered you are with this stuff, I feel. Oops, sorry. My don't give a whoop thing is anything bright pink. Since you're wearing fluffy bright pink dressing gown with the hood and pockets. Oh, Okuni! Are you back? I'm not trying to stay in. Oh, why is it so annoying? What colors do you wear? Only black and opera pink. Yeah! Completely in support of that color selection. I'm kind of obsessed with bright golden yellow. Which is, you know, not a color that is traditionally touted as a fitting color for a pasty redhead, but oh my god, I got a new pajama roomwear and the trousers have pockets. This is life-changing stuff. Did you get it from the men's selection, or is it actually like intended for women and it also has pockets? Maybe weather. I heard some places were getting heavy snow. Ugh. I like when my pajama pants have pockets. It's super helpful when sleeping too. You can sometimes just put your hands in your pockets and it keeps your arms like put. No, ladies section that also has pockets. It's a miracle. Ah, pockets. How are we supposed to carry our phones around? PJ bottoms with pockets are next level. Be still, arms! I thought I was the only one who did that. No, absolutely not. It's also so handy when, you know, sleeping on the side and the arm that's like on top, I would often just like shove my hand in my pockets so that it would just stay put. Our ice storms were last week. The meadow is so... Oh no! The guy is there with a chainsaw to cut up and total... Oh... Aww. The older you are, the more detached from the worry about if you look cool, then you are cool. Yeah, I guess that at some point, like, not looking cool but being absolutely comfortable is the secret coolness. Like, if someone were like, no, you don't look cool, you're like, perhaps, but I'm comfy. So I win. You know? I'll just become jaded. Oh, maybe. Also, if the focus changes. I'm so bothered, like, almost none of my pajama pants right now have pockets in them. The only pajama pants that I have right now that have pockets in them are men's pajamas. But yeah, pockets in pajama pants are pretty epic. I'm sure that at some point I will repeat a mix and not even realize. Is this what I just did? No, it's not. Okay. Hey, Paulo! Kicks fitting to the curb. Yep. I'm sure if I ever thought I was cool, but was 18 dressed in club kid gear and in middle age dressed like... Wait a minute. Wait. And it still cheers me up almost. Oh my god. My Power Arena shawl is golden yellow with electric blue fringe and totally not fitting. Oh, that sounds super cozy and I love those colors. Kids wearing suits and adults wearing outrageous outfit. Well, it still happens. You're not gonna be able to prevent old people from wearing nonsense. Nobody makes a comment about cool. They lose for mentioning cool. Unless you're telling me that's not cool. If you say cool, you aren't. That reminds me, recently I was again presented with someone saying that, like, someone claiming that they themselves were super empathetic. Is that empath? An empath. And I think from experience, I've never, ever heard someone declare themselves an empath and they actually were an empath. Most of the time when I've heard people say, oh, I'm such an empath, they're usually like hardcore narcissists. And it's just so funny how that's the recurring scenario. Like, what's up with that? Empathetic is right? Okay. I never know, is empathic, is that a word? Words get so confusing. It's beautiful. Yes, it is. It's the opposite of apathetic. Oh, okay, cool. I will have an easier time remembering that. Showing an inability to understand. Showing an ability, sorry, to understand and share the feelings of another. An attentive, empathic listener. Oh, wait. Anyway, like, most people I've met who actually were, they never mentioned it. And every people I've seen who mentioned it were not. And it's just so weird. What's up with that? How about you let other people decide? Like, is it sympathy is you've got a shared experience, and empathy is you can understand how they might feel? I think so. Empathy, from what I understand, is the ability to be the ability to sort of, like you say, understand what a person is feeling, even though you are not the one feeling it per se. Does that make sense? I've always seen it as being able to put oneself in another people's shoes. But yeah, I think the way you put it, Box of Paint, is good. Hey, welcome back, Otto. What did I miss? Not much. I was quickly mentioning the odd observation that most people I've seen who were saying that they themselves were empathic or an empath usually are not. And I just don't know why, but it's always the same situation. Like, someone will go like, oh, I'm such an empath. And no, the person actually is not. Those two words are like effect and affect. Oh my gosh. By the way, empathic and empathetic are the same. Empathic is older. Oh, okay. Interesting. Real empaths are too exhausted by people to be socializing. And I feel like anyone that is more leaning towards empathy will not be spending that time sort of looking at themselves and possibly noticing that they are, feeling empathy. Like, I think it's something that just happens and you don't necessarily notice it. Didn't Shane Dawson used to always say, yeah, exactly. See, that's one of the examples of people I've heard say, like, I'm such an empath. And turns out they're not. Absolutely not. Except New Age spirituality channels have been encouraging people to class themselves as empathetic to help themselves. Yeah, whatever. Nonsense. That's contributing to people classing themselves as... Yeah, definitely, but that doesn't mean that they are, though. Yeah, it's just like recently I was watching a video and the dude in the video was like, yeah, people tell me that I'm an empath and I'm good at being empathetic, and I'm like, you're probably not. To be fair, a lot of introverts will probably be empathetic, but it's just cringy. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's... Oh, I heard the two most infuriating words of together this week. Ready? Ready. I'm ready. I've put down my brush. In reference to an item of clothing that was actually from the late 90s. Vintage Y2K. Oh, I've seen that a lot, to be honest. Like, there's a website I used to sell some of my stuff on, and it's a website that's mostly targeted towards fashion and fashion stuff, but you can also sell, like, books and whatever. And yeah, the current trend is stuff from the Y2K era, and I'm just like, that was 3 years ago. Ah. Empathy is also the ability to accept that another person is relating to the world in a different way than you do, without being judgmental. Oh, that's interesting. Vintage Y2K. Were you even born in 2000, Dominic? Oh boy. Oh, come on, John. Chill. Vintage Y2K. I you know what that reminds me of is when I was a teen in the 90s. And like the 70s were in fashion. Like bell-bottom pants and the pointy shirts and the hippie stuff. And back then, like, as kids, we felt like, oh, that's from a long time ago. But it was about 20 years ago by then, like 20, 25, 30 years, like, in the past from that 90s era. So I guess it's just, you know, those cycles repeating themselves. But as someone who remembers the whole Y2K kerfuffle, this one hits pretty hard. I heard champion stuff is popular. Yeah, I wasn't. Oh, okay, 91. You were not very old, but you were born at least. Yeah, we had that recently with classic music. We were asked to put forward some songs, and we put forward the likes of Beethoven, and they put in songs from the 90s. Well, I mean, they are classics, but it's not classical music. That hurts. Oh my god. Yeah, I know it's technically correct, but no. Yep, that's pretty much, I agree with that. Like, I know it's pretty much what happens, but nope. It's like someone tells me my favorite genre of music is 80s music. Well, I mean, how is that inaccurate though? Like, the 80s had a specific genre to them that is not like only contained within the 80s, but there's something special about 80s music. Oh, sorry. I mean, these days I remind myself of my dad when I listen to music, and I'm like, music nowadays is terrible. Whoa. Hold on. Alright, sorry. Oh, the delivery dude outside. Det är plastik. Ta-da! Ta-da! Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta! Café! Oh yeah! Je me demande si c'est pas que la batterie dans le gugu dehors est peut-être en train de...
Non, il faut juste bien appuyer.
Oui, mais il fallait pas défoncer la sonnette avant pour que ça
Non,
marche.
tu le fais, puis tu vas voir qu'il y a une lumière rouge qui s'allume quand tu as appuyé comme du monde.
Ok. Alright, sorry. Culture Cloud, the Pixies, Hip Hop Goth. It's totally meaningless. What do you mean, Paulo? I disagree with that. Yes, I am a big party pooper. Yeah, absolutely. We've been out for a week. I've been eating it with a spoon. What have you been eating, Bugsabate? Who you got the coffee? Yeah, I guess they brought it back. It's this brand of coffee. Like the bottles used to be glass. These are plastic, but I'm not complaining. It's much easier to ship. And yeah, it's kind of the one brand of instant coffee that I can drink for prolonged periods of time, and it doesn't give me too much stomach pain. And it became discontinued like a couple of months back. And I had stocked up, but eventually ran out. And I was really bummed because I couldn't find it anymore. And I finished my last jar this week, and I tweeted about it. And I was like, no more coffee. What am I gonna do? I don't know how to brew coffee. And someone was like, oh, is it perhaps just discontinued in Canada? And that kind of made me look for it. And I saw that one of the websites I can order from has it back in stock. And I was like, wait, what? So I've ordered some. I've ordered, one jar of decaf and 4 jars of regular caffeinated. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad. It's a bit expensive, but I mean, all kind of good coffee is sort of expensive anyway. Like if you buy fancy beans, they're gonna be super pricey too. I don't think using a time as a music genre is correct. Oh no, Okuni, thank you so much for being here. Ordered and ordered. yes, pretty much. But I mean, hopefully it's gonna start being more available like at other places where I would get it, and it's gonna be a regular fixture there. But yeah, for a couple of days I was really... oops, that's not something I usually do. For a couple of days I was really sort of not knowing what I was going to do. I know there's so many types of coffee out there, but it's honestly the only one that I've tried that I really enjoy, so... My wife is trying to give up coffee. Good luck. I swapped to matcha in the morning, and I'm not sure if it's lack of coffee or just the way matcha and me work, but it makes me so dang tired. Both. A bit of both. Thus having 1.5 liter of matcha latte close to bed. Matcha is good matcha. Matcha is always expensive. Like always. And yeah. Good matcha is so delicious though when it's bright green. Oh, it's so good. The day company I use gives you... I wish more companies would offer something like that. Or I mean, they do, but you have to go on location, and I don't... I usually order in my tea. It's much more expensive, but it's delicious. It makes for great lattes. Like a matcha latte, whether it's iced or warm, it's so delicious. But yeah, my coffee got here. Coffee! Just as I ran out too. I ran out this morning. I had to do a weird mix of whatever was left of the caffeinated... I had some like regular not instant coffee, but I don't know how to brew that properly. So I did what I could, but I had to make some decaf grounds and some calf grounds, and it just took so long to filter through that it was cold when I got to drinking it. So anyway, I'm super psyched to have the instant coffee back. Hold on, give me a sec. Okay, sorry. Mr. E has something to show me that is very French and very funny. Oh my gosh, those coffees. Oh, the cats. They're so cute. Only those shelves for posh people, and I'm not posh. You're kind of posh, Paulo. With your stencil and music, that's a bit posh, right? I've got a sweet tooth for days, and I'm happy to have matcha on its own. Hey, Yui! Hello! Need to hire someone to make me Totoro lattes. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you can make such good foam with non-dairy milk. Oh yeah, Yuri, any updates on the new horse? If you like matcha and ever go to Japan, you have to try Stars. Yeah, I mean, not a surprise. UK Starbucks have nothing. No one has anything on Japan for matcha. I would expect any cafe in Japan to have an excellent green tea and matcha. The fact that they don't sell the sticks outside of Japan is such a tragedy. They are so good. Can you imagine those in the summer? Oh, with a good cold glass of oat milk. Damn. Close to where the horse is because my vet doesn't come in that area. Oh no. The vet I found isn't open on weekdays? That's odd. On weekends, you mean? No, but even my mum liked the Starbucks matcha. My mum. Do you like order a ludicrous amount of them and have them delivered to your mom's and she can keep some of them and sends you the rest? It's so good and it was so bright green. I love it when it's bright green. It's so disappointing when you see like beautiful images of matcha lattes and you're like, oh, I want to try that. And you get some matcha and you make your latte and it's brown green and you're like, oh, I got old matcha. Damn it. The poor delivery guy. That's why. That's the person who was ringing my phone, because our doorbell is super finicky. You kind of have to press it really hard for like a good two seconds.
Une demi-seconde.
Half a second. Anyway, you have to really push it so it rings. And it's I don't know. It's like the toasters. We have a toaster, and I hate the stupid thing. And Mr. E likes it, but I think it's because he has a way with it, and I absolutely do not. Freaking hate our toaster. We had a brilliant toaster before. It was like super freaking old, and it had like wood veneer on the sides, and it was amazing. But it stopped working after like decades of work. Daily work too, because we're always toasting bread. So we bought a new toaster and I hate it. Yes, but their online shop limits you to 10 boxes per order. What? No, that's not a lot. That's absolutely not a lot. Limits you to 10 boxes per order? Why? You have to put in an order on your at your name, and then one in James' names, and then one in your mom's name. Talking of mint, I have a question for you all. Who put mints into... Ugh. Okay, I want to expand the question. Why put any kind of scent into moisturizers? Like on purpose. If you use like coconut oil and it smells like coconut, that's just what it is. But to add, like everything has a smell. Your shampoo, your deodorant, your moisturizer, and basically like the clothes soap, clothes softener, like everything has a scent. So basically you walk around and you're just a hodgepodge of various smells. And it's just not great. And then you get older and you start having like allergies to stuff. And you're like, I can't figure out what is causing it. I'm always trying to get stuff with as few perfume in it as possible. Oh, the one time I was the most disappointed in a product was a kind of an oil soap thingamajig, and it was like it was for sensitive skin, and I was like, okay, fine, and I didn't think on it too much, and what I should have done is like just lightly unscrew the top and take a quick sniff, because I would have realized that it smelled like the most old lady perfume thing I've ever seen. And I've never had a product that smelled so strong, and it was touted as being something that had a light smell and a unisex smell, and I was like, nah, no way. It sounds like someone went into the perfume area of any store and just bulldozed everything and rolled in it. I can't do that. I have contact dermatitis with menthol, and I'm pretty good at avoiding minted product. However, I never expected it in a face cream. Ugh. That's the thing. You. Why do they add these things in places you don't expect? Like I had the same issue with like dairy in weird places. But yeah, mint, and also mint is something that is, even if people are not allergic to it, it like when they put mint in lipstick, it tingles like on its own. So why put it in a face moisturizer? The older you get, the more you do a test measures. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you learned that one the hard way, right? Like, nah, I'm not gonna bother. And like 5 minutes later, big allergic reaction. I have contact dermatitis on my hands often from nothing, just from, everyday life and the products I use all the time. So I'm really picky when I introduce something new. I always go for the perfume-free options if possible. Because you never know, it might sound great, like, oh, it smells like mango, but when you get it and you smell it and it smells like mango and perfume and roses and whatnot, and it's just nasty. Hubby had a panic last week because he kissed me goodnight and I just liberally applied peppermint chapstick. I went to bed and freaked because his lips are... Oh no! Is he sensitive to it? How can you tolerate peppermint chapstick though? I sort of ran out of ideas of mixes to do. Like, I could do, like, a bunch of mixes, but interesting mixes, I mean. I'm always trying to pair like a granulating color with a non-granulating color to see what happens, but yeah. I love peppermint, but not in chapstick. I like it in tea and like gum and toothpaste. I'm gonna try the purple and yellow mix again. We had people at work that I had to avoid because that person would bathe in perfume and she would leave a trail. It was the worst horrible thing to me. I work in a chemistry department which sometimes have, well, funky smell. And that was worse. The perfume was worst. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm off, guys. Hey, have a great weekend, Dominic. Thank you for stopping by. And I could hear him talking to himself. I was like, dude, you okay? And he was like, something is wrong. My lips are buzzing. And I was like, oh, peppermint immune. Isn't peppermint one of the things they add into those lip products that are supposed to make your lips bigger? I mean, don't they tell you basically like it's like if it's similar to Vicks, right? The vapor rub thing. And if I remember right, you're not supposed to put that near any mucus skin thing imaging. So having it on the lips is gonna have a reaction. I really like how this mix of the bright yellow and the purple looks. It really separates in interesting ways. I don't remember what's the purple made of. What is it made of? Purple. So it's their mineral violet, and it's PB29 and PV15. So that's why it makes such a pretty neutral with the yellow, because it's basically a magenta, a blue, and a yellow. Huh. There was a brand of lip balm in the States that had something added that made your lips literally feel like you'd been stung by a bee. Why would anyone want that, though? Yikes! Oh, ew! Oh my gosh, Otto! Kind of look like something else, doesn't it? Oh, maybe it's time I end the stream. Maybe I'm due to call it quits. It was like your lips got tasered and wiping it off. Ugh. Aw, Stitch is so cute, though. Oh, Puss in Boots. Oh my gosh, that face. They play it as the cute face and it works, but it's also kind of the face that cats do when they really want to play with something. Like all the color in their eyes just disappears. It's just a big white, black void. How did you get my spring reveal foot? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cute. I didn't realize that cats can actually make that face. Yeah, somewhat. The bunny one just cracks me up. Oh my gosh, I love cats. Cats are amazing. Cats are so cool. Of course it's a calico. Of course. I'm still so sad it's not nice to dress up your cats. Well, how not nice is it? I mean, if the cat doesn't like it, you don't do it, but some cats just don't mind, right? I dressed up my childhood cat all the time because I was a kid and we had like baby clothing left over. And I would put my cat in bonnets and one-piece pajamas. What do you call a pile of cats? A meowtain. I had so many plans. Well, I mean, Emmy and Bear, they don't like having like hats and little sweaters on because some cats just don't really care. I mean, Scout and Pico, they hate having just their collars on. We can't even leave them with their collars on. We have to take the collars off. Oh yeah, I know that cat. I follow their Instagram. The fashion model cat is so handsome. The queen of cat clothes, yeah, absolutely. She's working that runway. Oh man, look at that sheen in the fur. So shiny. Emmy is definitely a no-go. Bear is more tolerant of my silliness, but it doesn't look like he loves it. Oh, that's a bummer. You never know what you're gonna get, but yeah, if you end up with a cat that tolerates clothing, so much shenanigans can happen. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it for today. Hey, it's first time we do a full stream. Oh my gosh. It's unbelievable, that one. What? That's amazing. How is that cat standing up so still? But yeah, I don't know what next weekend is gonna be like, but I will keep you guys updated and we will see what happens next weekend. In the meantime, I hope you have a great week and good weather possibly and inspiration and all the good stuff. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and see you guys on the Discord. Bye bye.